I'm feeling really zen this morning. Good morning. I just woke up a little while ago, so I don't have any makeup done. My hair's in a ponytail. And you can tell I'm in the car. I'm not on the sofa in the RV this time. Hi, this is Life with Margot, and I'm Margot. All right, I wanted to share two of the most powerful things that I have learned and addressed this year in 2023 that is making this year so much different than any year before. First, hit that like button and that subscribe button, and let's get into it. The very first one is adopting a new mantra. So, a mantra is a phrase that introduces a concept to your brain that has a positive impact on you and has a desired outcome for you. The new one that I use this year says, let me make sure I say it right. I love getting things done that I don't want to do. Yeah. That one has been a huge game changer. Huge. I mean, that's life changing, right? And we get stuck in these emotions of, ooh, I don't really want to do that. Like paperwork, phone calls. I do not like doing those things. So I was like, how can I trick myself using some psychology in a good way into getting those things done? And I came up with this mantra. I love getting things done that I don't feel like doing. I love getting things done that I don't feel like doing. I love doing things that I don't feel like doing. No, wait, that was wrong. I love getting things done, especially things I don't like doing. The second thing that I noticed is that, dang it, I have a lot of bad days. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm very sensitive to rude people and just like craziness, especially when it seems unwarranted. Like, why in the world would that person be rude to me or cut me off on the road or whatever? Like, that would just put me out of commission. Could just be, out of commission for a few hours, but sometimes I'd lose a whole day over stuff like that. Yeah, and I noticed how many bad days I was having, and I was like, oh, if I could just not have any bad days, how amazing would things get, right? How much more productive would I be? How much more would I get done? How much further along would my businesses be? So I started doing this. Instead of trying to make my good days even better, I left the good days alone and I started looking at how I could make my bad days better. Just a little bit better. I started working on making my bad days better. And how I did that was a teeny bit at a time. So, for instance, my boyfriend would wake up in a bad mood and be grumpy with me. That might have taken me out of commission for that entire day. But instead, I figured out something ahead of time that makes me happy that I could think about. So I would just take a few deep breaths, sit, even close my eyes if I needed to. But in my mind, I would start thinking about that thing that makes me happy. So for me, it's like something in the future, a different, even better life that I'm working towards, goals. And I think about, okay, what is my life going to be like when I reach those goals? And when I get to that place, just a few years down the line, and I start thinking about every detail about it, about how I'll feel, what I'll wear, where I'll be living, what I'll be doing, what I won't be doing. And pretty soon, I'm off in my happy dreamland. And I feel better. In the beginning, it probably didn't make me feel hugely better, but it would start the process. And then it's a twofold thing. So secondly, I would say, okay, now what's just one thing that I can do? Instead of doing nothing because it's a bad day, I'll do one thing. So, and then it became, well, I got one thing done. I could probably, now that I'm in action, do 2 things, and then 3 things. And then pretty soon, before I knew it, just the other day, yesterday, in fact, some bad things happened. My toilet exploded in the RV, and I had to get the repair guy over, and it took a while. So I had to have my dogs outside, and I had to sit with them while he was inside doing the repair. And there was a St. Patrick's Day party, which I really wanted to go to. I had made this big corned beef. It was all ready to go. Everything was ready, but he was still working. And I was like, I'm going to need to cancel. That's a bummer. And so all this was going on, and I was sitting there, and all of a sudden I realized, hey, I don't feel bad like I normally would. Like, this didn't ruin my day. And that's what comes from practicing, making the bad days better, is that, wow, sometimes I don't even go into having a bad day, which that's amazing. So maybe one day the bad days will not even exist. I've just been practicing this since the beginning of January of 2023. So I will do an update later on down the road, more than 2.5 months in. But for right now, the bad days have been minimized. So, I mean, just think if I had 10 bad days a month, so how many is that a year? 120 bad days a year that I got nothing done. I felt awful. I probably cried and had a breakdown. And now they're more than even cut in half. Like, I would say they're 75% better days than they used to be. So I'm getting something done on probably 95% of the bad days. That's a huge uptick, right? That's big percentages that are life-changing, year-changing, life-changing, everything changing. So it just goes towards reaching my full potential. So mastering my emotions, tricking myself into self-discipline, using psychological tactics to reach my full potential. So these are things that are very simple that at the end of this video, you can put into place in your life too.